We are now in Portal Mania, baby. Spring games are going down. The Crimson Combine's happening today. I'm actually headed to Norman right after this video launches. And because of that, I felt like I needed to talk to you all about what to expect when it comes to the portal over the next few days, especially after this bombshell dropped about Nico Iamaleava bouncing out of Tennessee. So brace yourself, grab your favorite drink. Let's dive into that. Before we do that, welcome to Unfair Sports. I'm your host, Jay. Thank y'all for pulling up to the channel. This video is powered by our partners over there at BetUS TV. Check them out here on YouTube. They're giving you some of the best odds and analysis out there. Just search BetUS TV. As y'all know, I love the portal. A lot of you don't like it, but I do. Why? Because it not only gives me something to talk about, it gives me the ability to work on roster construction, something that I've dreamed of doing. I know a lot of you have played the video games, either college football, NCAA back in the day, Madden, whatever. You've all, for those that do game, you've always enjoyed the ability to put together your players and go get this guy and go after that guy. Even though most of our trades are always lopsided, you get the ability to build and construct. And for me, it's being able to look through the portal, look at certain players, look at some old film, and be able to see, okay, how would this player fit in for a year or two, and then even looking at recruits. So wanted to preface that I enjoy the portal because it's bananas. And the things I wanted to tell y'all real quick, because I also want to talk to you all about Oklahoma's portal situation and how this is going to be a pretty big one this spring. So I want y'all to brace yourselves for it, because not only are we waiting for the House settlement to come down from the government around the NCAA's lawsuit and everything, and how they're going to actually allow you know, the quote unquote pay to play to go, the revenue share to happen. That's going to change things this summer. So this portal window is the last opportunity for quote unquote handlers to do what they're doing. So for example, Nico Iamaleava at Tennessee, he will no longer be the quarterback at Tennessee. I'm going to have to explain to y'all what that means for Oklahoma, because now that he's gone, the schedule kind of flips a little bit, with us having a lot more first-year quarterbacks starting that we're going against with this stout defense. We'll make another video to dive into that. But Nico going into the portal, I think it was more of a Tennessee saying you can kick rocks than Nico saying, well, I'm going to leave if you don't pay me. I think they told him you can go. And I like that a team will do that. Nico was kind of mid last year. I think he has very high ceiling, but he's kind of mid. So because of that, Tennessee recognized, we're not going to deal with this. We're not going to have you try to strong arm us to go up. We got other dudes that we feel like we're comfortable with. Heck, they run the ball a lot anyway. So as long as their running back room is good, I think Tennessee will be fine. But that's a big benefit for Oklahoma, because we're going up against another set of young quarterbacks. Well, like I said, we'll walk into that in another video. But for Oklahoma itself, we're going to be shopping in the portal. Per Jim Nagy, when he was on the Oklahoma Breakdown last week, we're going to shop in the portal like crazy. We're also going to see some players leaving. I'm going to break down some of the players I feel like are going to be gone. But first, shout out to our partners over there at BetUS TV. Check out their YouTube channel. They're breaking down all the analysis, all the odds, player props, even some fantasy stuff that you can check out on their channel. So they're giving you some of the odds and stuff for the year, like, you know, Oklahoma and their chances at going over 6 wins this season. Y'all know we've talked about this a few times. Right now, they're still a favorite for that. So my expectation is Oklahoma's probably going to hit that over. Hopefully, you're going to take advantage of it. So check out BetUS here on YouTube. Search for them, BetUS TV. They'll give you all the great odds and the analysis that you're looking for. BetUS, where the game begins. So for Oklahoma, when it comes to the portal, we've kind of talked about this lightly, that Oklahoma's going to have to be active. And the question is, what position? So let's start off with this first. For Oklahoma, when it comes to how many players I expect to go in the portal, I'm going to tell you about 10 players. I think we're going to have 10 players. I expect 1, maybe 2 running backs. I expect 2 to 3 wide receivers. Actually, maybe 4 wide receivers. I expect probably 2 offensive linemen. What's that? 8. And I expect 2 defenders to hit the portal. Probably 1 off the defensive line and probably 1 in the secondary. So yeah, we're going to have probably at least, I'm saying about 10 players that will hit the portal. That may shift a little bit. We may not have a bunch of wide receivers. We may not have 4. We may have 3. We may have an additional player on the defense, possibly in the secondary, hit the portal. I do believe we'll probably have 1, maybe 2 names that y'all will know very well. Can't say who because I don't know if it's going to be legitimate, but there's a darn good chance that we will see that. And that's okay. The reason is, and this is kind of how the NIL era works, is it's a two-way street. If you have a player that you all believe is not very good, that's potentially a quote-unquote bum, and you feel like they shouldn't be on the team, guess what? Oklahoma can get rid of them. They can tell them that it doesn't look like it's going to work out going forward, and they can push them out. We're okay with that, but we're not okay with players leaving on their own free will. Totally understand that. But what I want y'all to understand is because of that, now we can go shop for other players, in which we know a lot of players are going to hit the portal. This should be the biggest window in the spring that we've seen. So remember, last year we got Branson Hickman, we got Dominic Williams all out of the portal last year in the spring. 2 years ago, we got Dejon Terry out of the spring portal. So you've seen some good players populate in the spring that we went after before, and those that actually contributed. I expect that exact same thing to happen this time around. We're probably going to get at least 2 wide receivers. I expect some additional game changers on defense. We may go grab another linebacker. We should grab ourselves a corner, probably a bigger one. Probably going to grab some line help. Oh, yeah. I said 10, and I didn't even mention this position. We're probably going to see some tight ends hit the portal. Correction, we need some tight ends to hit the portal. We just haven't seen anybody step up and take over that room yet. I expect some tight ends to be in the portal as well. There could be up to 12 players that could leave here in the spring. But I expect us, if a good tight end does hit the portal, we're going to jump in like crazy and go after it. So for Oklahoma to be successful, we need to fill some gaps. And this is the beauty of the transfer portal. If you recruit well, you will not have any problems with, when it comes to the portal itself. All you got to do is fill little gaps of dealing with injuries or players that didn't live up to their potential. And I expect Oklahoma to be prepared for all of that this year by doing that exact thing, by finding players that can fill in small gaps that we need. Jim Nagy's already on it. So, him having these plugs and connections, that tells you that since he knows folks, he's going to be able to find players that make the most sense to come out here. So all we know is y'all need to buckle up because the Crimson Combine is going to be fun. I expect Arbuckle to really have a blast out there with the 7-on-7. Y'all going to see some of the wide receivers do some cool stuff. DBs play some good defense. You see the 1-on-1 drills for the O-line, D-line. It feels like it's going to be a practice. But the portal is going to be active, and I need y'all to be prepared for that. So let me know what y'all think. Hop in those comments. Let me know your thoughts. If you're going to be at the Combine, hop in the comments and let me know as well. I'm headed there now. Like I said, I want to drop this video this morning, especially after Nico Iamaleava news, and I want to talk portal anyway. This was a great segue right into that. But I'm headed to Norman in a bit. I'll be there to hang out, so come find your boy. We'll chop it up. I'll probably be wearing my EJ shirt, not this one. So look for me. It'll be in a Coach You Trust shirt. Just, you know your boy. We'll be doing that. Shout out to BetUS TV for sponsoring the videos this off season. They're going to hook you up. Go check out their channel on YouTube where they drop all the odds and analysis you're looking for. Just search for BetUS TV. And we'll have some more videos. We'll talk about the Combine. I'll have some footage from the Combine. We'll also have some commentary about it. And then, of course, me and John will be talking on Locked On Sooner. So holla at your boy. We'll talk soon.